People suffer from workplace anxiety from time to time, for example, when you have that important presentation to give in front of a big audience. However, with ergophobia, the sufferer has an irrational fear of work. Ergophobia comes from the Greek ergon, work. The phobia may include the combined fears of speaking in groups, socializing, and failing at tasks. The anxiety is severe enough to cause the person to leave work early or not be able to go to work at all. This fear persists even if the work or workplace changes. One treatment for this condition is exposure therapy, in which the patient is gradually exposed to his frightening work environment until he no longer fears it. Another treatment is cognitive behavioral therapy, where situations are created to teach the correct behavior. Most people would love to have a full head of hair. However, people with chetophobia, aka trichopathophobia and trichophobia, have an irrational fear of hair. Chetophobia comes from the Greek word gate, loose, flowing hair. The phobia can be fear of hair on your own body or fear of loose hair. The person can also be afraid of other people's hair and even animal hair. The condition can arise from a bad experience, like getting a terrible haircut. It can also be related to stress, anxiety, depression, or other mental health conditions. Another possible link is the mental disorder trichotillomania, in which a person compulsively pulls out his hair. There are various treatments for this condition. A doctor may prescribe anti-anxiety medication depending on the severity of the phobia. Neurolinguistic programming is used in psychotherapy. Exposure therapy can also be used to gradually expose the person to hair over time. People with an irrational fear of the evil entities called demons have demonophobia, which comes from the Greek word demono, demon. This phobia is closely associated with satanophobia, fear of Satan, and hodphobia, fear of hell. Someone can develop demonophobia from religious beliefs that demons might possess them in a negative way or otherwise cause harm. The phobia can also be triggered by a negative experience with a Ouija board or a seance. 3 treatments include hypnotherapy, counseling, and neurolinguistic programming, NLP. In NLP, your self-awareness is improved by helping you understand how you view the world. It also shows that unhelpful thoughts and behavioral patterns need to be changed. Then again, better safe than sorry. Genophobia, which comes from the Greek word gene, chin, is the fear of chins. No one is sure what causes this phobia, but several factors can come into play such as genetics, past experiences, and upbringing. If someone has genophobia, that person will try to avoid the source of his fear by isolating himself. This may temporarily help anxieties related to the phobia, but it does not cure the individual. 7 treatments include talk therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, and exposure therapy. Dialectical behavior therapy is another type of treatment. Yoga and mindfulness are good self-help options. It might also help to know that even strong people suffer from weird phobias. Have you ever made a sandwich slathered with peanut butter, only to have it stick to the roof of your mouth? This scenario would send someone with arachobatrophobia into a panic because he is afraid of having peanut butter stick to the roof of his mouth. Arachobatrophobia is thought to be rooted in a fear of choking, which may be linked to a past experience of doing so. Women may have a higher risk of developing this phobia. 8 treatments include exposure therapy and cognitive behavioral therapy. Yoga, meditation, and deep breathing can also be used. Medications such as anti-anxiety drugs may be prescribed by a doctor. Phobophobia means fear of fear. A person who suffers from this is afraid of developing a phobia. If the individual already has a phobia, then he is afraid of developing a new phobia, which is the more likely manifestation of this condition. By worrying that he may develop a phobia about something, the person's anxiety level can increase. Over time, this continued anxiety will be a self-fulfilling prophecy, and the individual will develop a phobia. 10 treatment can be psychotherapy, such as cognitive behavioral therapy and neurolinguistic programming. Various self-help methods include yoga and meditation. Depending on the treatments your doctor prescribes for your ailments, you may even develop phobias from the cures.